Big up to everyone, lovely family and lovely friends out there. Whatever you're watching, Awini Unity platform, from happy Saturday to you, and I do really appreciate you all the time. I'm gonna talk about football right here on the Awini Unity platform. I'm gonna talk about Thomas Partey injury situation, and secondly, I'm gonna talk about Kamaldeen Sulemana. What English club are joining Everton to sign Kamaldeen Sulemana? The latest news. I have it right here on the Awini Unity platform. And the end of the video, I'm going to talk about Edin Katia as well. Past for some weeks now, Edin Katia is putting so much performance with Arsenal, and a lot of Ghanaians are on talk, saying that maybe the performance of Edin Katia, we may lose him to England, and I'm going to share my opinion on that. So, guys, I want to remind you once again, whatever you are and you want a lot of things, whether cars, television, anything you want, or you have a ship and you want to come here in Spain for maintenance, and contact Intercorp and get everything that you want. Get our numbers right here. And if you are a guy as well and you do not really have a lot of hair and you want to grow your hair how you want, or you are a woman as well and your hair is not strong, you know, some of you ladies you have good hair but sometimes it doesn't strong how you really want. So if you really want a cream, just contact Nanaya and get a great deal. Very affordable prices. So whatever you are, just contact her with this number, or you can go TikTok and follow Nanaya. The name is Nanaya on TikTok. So go TikTok and follow Nanaya and get to get more information that you want about the cream. And I can tell you that the cream is a cream that, you know, I cannot sit on my platform to tell you something that not really will help you. So let's get it, guys. Let's start from the camp of Thomas Partey. You know, Thomas Partey yesterday, Arsenal took up Manchester City for FA Cup, and yesterday Arsenal, they lost by lone goal to 0 to Manchester City. So Thomas Partey picked up an injury. So today, Arsenal coach Arteta was saying that they really miss Thomas Partey due to the injury, but for now he do not really know how long it's going to take till they make a scan and other stuff. That is the only way he can know how long Thomas Partey is going to be. Maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, but as for now he do not know till he make a scan. So guys, Thomas Partey is a very great player, but when it comes to injuries and things are really disturbing Thomas Partey. So we all need to pray to support him to come back strongly. It shouldn't be something that we take serious. That is what we need to pray for Thomas Partey injury situation for now. So that is the latest news coming from the Ghanaian star Thomas Partey and Arsenal star injury situation for now. I cannot really tell you that it's going to be 1 week, 1 month. I do not really know. Okay, so if the finals result come out, definitely I will come back again and update to you guys. So let's move to Kamaldeen Sulemana. Kamaldeen Sulemana is a very good player, doing pretty well. But the one thing that disturbing Kamaldeen Sulemana is injury situations. You know, since he moved to Restaurant last 2 seasons, it was like performing very well. But last year, 2022 was not a good year for Kamaldeen Sulemana. Going out, coming back, going in, coming back, always injuries. So due to that, after returning from the World Cup, as you all know, Kamaldeen Sulemana finding difficult to fit into star-ranked first 11. So a lot of clubs are interested to sign Kamaldeen Sulemana. PSV in Holland was pushing, and Everton pushing as well to get Kamaldeen Sulemana as a loan deal. But now the team that actually move strongly likely to get Kamaldeen Sulemana is Southampton. Southampton are on talk with Rent, very serious to sign Kamaldeen Sulemana, and the money that Southampton are involved in the 20 million euros. You know, Southampton was 17 million euros, and Rent they refused, and now Southampton moved to 20 million euros. So let's see how things goes. He really have to make a move because footballers is not just by that it is their work in making the money, but sometimes they want to play all the time. And the more you play, the more you show what you have in you. So if you are in club that you cannot get playing time and sitting down in the bench, you do not deserve to be in the bench. I think you need to move to a club that will give you a playing time, not just about only the money, to show to the world that what you have. So I think Kamaldeen to make move to one of the English Premier League clubs, and not just in a club that you will move in, then you will not get playing time. But I think moving to Everton or Southampton, he will get playing time. So that's the latest news coming from Kamaldeen Sulemana. Southampton move from 17 million euros to 20 million euros to sign the Ghanaian star rent playmaker Kamaldeen Sulemana. So let's wait and see who is able to make it, whether Everton or Southampton or PSV in Holland. So a time will tell where Kamaldeen have to finish. So a later news come on again, definitely I will come out and let you guys know. So guys, let's move to Eddie Nketiah very quickly. In our past for some weeks now, Eddie Nketiah has been performing very well with Arsenal in the English Premier League. So a lot of people are on talk that Eddie Nketiah will be losing Eddie Nketiah to England, and so many people are getting worried. I, for myself, I used to get so worried. When it comes to some players doing well and Ghana want their services, and sometimes it is today, tomorrow. I used to get worried, but now I am not really worried about those things once again. And my reason is sometimes we shouldn't just think about what the player will entertain us. We should think about the player life first. Why I'm saying that? Because I feel like Ghana are not really serious. Why I'm saying we are not really serious, I always say there is so many talent back home. There is so many talent back home. So the money that sometimes we'll be spending flying, going, getting some players that maybe you take time to get them. Why can't we need to invest back home? That is what I'm always saying. We need to invest back home. The reason why I'm saying that Ghana are not actually serious, and I think about this player's life first before anything. For us seeing player, and we always want players that performing well to come and represent Ghana. Do you ever sit down and think about the player life first? Do not forget that all these players, that is where they survive. That is where they feed their family. That is their life in future. So for them taking decision, it is not just a one-day decision for players to just say, okay, it is my country, Ghana, so I have to just go and play for them. No, we need to think about the players' life first. And we all know players will pop up doing pretty well a little bit, and Ghanaians will, because we don't know how to treat the players as well. Sometimes we see some players performing, and the moment we have talked with the player for so many years and the player finally agree to play with us, represent the country, then for some few days we are not taking them serious. I'm telling you, look at this guy is example, Felix Afanyajan. Felix Afanyajan was with AS Roma. When you put on radio station back in Ghana, a lot of sports journalists and people that making video like myself on YouTube talking about football was on Felix Afanyajan. That is a good player. If Felix Afanyajan is not a good player, Jose Mourinho will not invite him for the very first place. So far as Jose Mourinho invite him, we need to be very quick to get this guy. If not that, maybe Italy they can able even to grab him. So much talk, and at the end of the day, this guy agree. Even getting to a point, the guy manager said he is very young. They need time for this guy to develop. Ghanaians say no. When we get this guy, help Ghana to qualify the World Cup. What happened with this guy? We drop him, say he's not performing, and now where this guy find himself now? Even the club that is playing now is not even getting playing time. But don't you think that if like we send this guy to the World Cup, the guy market value will go high to help the guy to get a proper club? If like this guy refused that time that he's not going to play for Ghana, a lot of people will say why you neglected your country. But it's not that like that. Sometimes we need to think about the player's life. Felix Efanyajan is part of the squad, the team that qualified Ghana to the World Cup. But we dropped this guy and say this player. After we went to the World Cup, the players that we believe that they would do so well went to the World Cup. What happened? Junior Agogo is one of example. I can go on and go on and go. And so for me, nowadays I get to understand some certain things clearly. I myself personally sometimes have players that are footballers. We communicate on the phone day out, day in. The way sometimes we treat players, it is so bad. Ghana, we see player performing right now. Everybody will talk about the player. Call him. Then when they call the player, gets one chance, we are not ready to give the player second chance or third chance to see what the player can do. So if Eddie Nketiah end up going to play for England, I myself personally, I will wish him all the best in life. Why? Because the guy is thinking about his future first. That is where the guy survived. That is where the guy family survived. That is the guy living. Today that some of the players, they play football and we are over them. Most of them, when they finish their career and they don't achieve anything, no one will think about their life. So as a Ghanaian and all my Ghanaian fans out there, football lovers, do not always think about what the player will make you happy, but think about the player life as well. Junior Agogo is one of them. Junior Agogo from nowhere to Ghana Black Stars in 2008. All over, even a lot of women and men are coming from anywhere, introducing their daughters to Junior Agogo due to the hard work in the performance. But at the end of the day, where Junior Agogo ended, when Junior Agogo was sick, there was a lot of talk before even some of the leaders able to make a phone call to check how are you doing Agogo. But here in Europe, if like Agogo was presenting England or Germany, he can never get that kind of treatment like the way even some of his colleagues are football players. How many of them just called to say, okay, let me check on this man. Junior Agogo helped Ghana 2018 can 28 African Cup of Nations in Ghana. A lot of them, Emmanuel Frimpong was playing in Arsenal. Just one match with Ghana. They end up, we don't find this guy again. I can go on like I always say, Kosi Apia. They end up, no one care about them. Tarek Fosu, they end up, no one care about them. A lot of our players do not end up well with the Black Stars. Sometimes the way we treat our players, even as Samoa Jan, the way like we should play some match, we should let the guy feel happy that, well, after all, what hard work and what I put for the nation, at least this is what at least to get from the people. All of them, Laie Kingston, all these players, they leave Black Stars with pain. Why do you think that now our national team are struggling when they come to our under 20? Do you ever think about it? Our under 20, under 17, the Black Stars, when we go to tournament, if not, when we go to tournament now, it is always very, very bad. Do you ever sit down and think about it? Because the way we treat people, person, our players, when it end up like we end up like, so look at our old players. Look at most of our old players out there. Sometimes they end up with where they can even, those old players that even win African Cup, won African Cup for Ghana. Some of them, they are situation now. And the football people cannot reach out to these people that, okay, you have put Ghana into the map before, so let's just do this for you. Do we ever think about this? Sometime I talk about Dan Kwaku from some certain things that he always do. But when it comes to those kind of things, I always salute Dan Kwaku because you see sometimes Dan Kwaku, even those days that it was not like a YouTube, Dan Kwaku always try to reach out to some of these old players. And that is a good one. But when it comes to a lot of, even the GFA, Why? Why sometimes we are treating our own players like that? So guys, do not always, maybe when player doesn't play for Ghana, do not always feel like, well, with players that myself, I normally used to talk here as well, that players are not ready for Ghana, we should let them go in this and that. Guys, think about the person life first. That is the living of the person. So you don't want the person gets to be joking with her own future life, their own future life tomorrow. Because Ghana, we all know, if you are on top today, everybody know you. If you're on top today, everybody know you. But the moment you fall down, nobody know that you exist. Nobody know that you have ever made impact in Ghana. We are here and a lot of players, old players, 90s, they come out crying where to sleep and what to eat. Football people don't think about them. So when it comes to Aiden Nketiah's situation, for me personally, I'm wishing him all the best. Whether representing Ghana or England, I'm wishing him all the best, because the person life first before I think about what the player will make me happy. So guys, that is the latest news about football. So whatever you are, thank you so much, and I do really appreciate you all the time. Have a very great weekend and enjoy yourself.